Alright, after today, I will never talk bad ever again in any way to one of the soldiers that served in the Navy or the Army that were on the front lines in Vietnam. The soldiers on the front lines, they're actually there on the ground. You know what I'm saying? I will never talk bad about them again. Yep. I've talked to survivors of that war throughout the years, the last few years, and getting pieces of the real truth from them, from their own eyes. Because that's how I like to get the truth, not the propaganda machine. You know what I'm saying? From their own eyewitnesses. And it was horrific. It was horrific over there in Vietnam, to say the least. I'm like, do the movies even come close to how horrific it was? They're like, no. I'm like, what about the movie Platoon? Have you seen Platoon? He's like, yeah. I'm like, was that movie kind of close to how it was in Vietnam? Pretty close. He's like, yeah, that's probably the closest movie to how realistic it was in Vietnam. Platoon was. So I'm like, okay. So if you watch Platoon, that's kind of how it was. Like, really how Vietnam was. If you watch Platoon. Pretty good movie. So, but yeah, I'll never talk bad about soldiers that fought in that war. Ever. Ever. I won't spit in their face like the Americans spit on their face, called them baby killers and stuff. That's what I learned today. Why Americans call, another reason why I want to burn the American flag. Just another reason. They spit on their faces and stuff, calling them baby killers. But he told me where that came from. Like, why do they call them that? He's like, the Viet Cong used to strap bombs. This is true. They used to strap bombs on their kids, on children. They strapped bombs. The kids would walk up to the soldiers offering them candy. Hey, do you got any candy? Hey, do you got any candy? Like some innocent kid. Hey, do you want candy? The kid would blow up and kill the soldier. You know what I'm saying? And so the soldiers would start shooting the kids before they got close. You know what I'm saying? Because of that. Because they strapped bombs on the kids. Walking little innocent bombs, basically. So innocent. You want some candy? Can I have some candy? You know what I'm saying? It's like reverse of what people think. Do you want some candy, adult? Bam! You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how ugly the war was. You know what I'm saying? Like, it reminds me of that scene in Watchmen. That the comedian, he fought in the Vietnam War. He's like, the American dream, it came true. It came true. The American dream came true, So, look at this place. It came true. Look what we became. But yeah. I talked to another Vietnam guy that served in Vietnam, and I told it to this guy today. I'm like, he said the worst part of the whole thing was not the warfare in Vietnam. It was being spit on. It was being spit on when he arrived back in America. By the Americans were spitting on him when he arrived back in America. That was the worst part. Being spit on. I've never been spit on, but I'm sure that day will come. Being spit on. That day will come. We're getting there. I already got people talking trash to my face. I got people talking trash to my actual face. Spitting is the next step. Spitting is the next step. After people are bold enough to talk trash to my actual face, them spitting on me is the next step. And we're getting there, my friends. We're getting there. So, but anyways. But yeah, they're like being spit on. The guy I was talking to this morning, he didn't get spit on. Not where he came into America. They weren't spitting on him at that airport. But at the other Vietnam vet, he said that was the worst thing about the whole war. I don't think he's ever gotten over it. That other Vietnam vet, he was like drinking himself. He's still drinking his memories away. You know, when I met him, he was like drinking his memories away. He was at a bikini bar back in the day when I was going to bikini bars, you know, before I was saved. You know, it's like he was trying to bury the memories of Vietnam. Yep, still haunted him. Still haunted him. He was like 18 years old, and that's what the guy said this morning. The average age of Vietnam was 19. A bunch of 19-year-olds out there in Vietnam, like in Platoon, a bunch of 19-year-olds out there, you know, in a horrific war with, like, you know, they're sending babies with children with bombs on them, you know what I'm saying, you know. And then when the Vietnamese captured an American soldier, they tortured him with rats, you know, eating him alive. You know what I'm saying? It was ugly. It was ugly. It was an ugly war. It was an ugly war. The more I learn about it by witnesses that were there, by the soldiers, the more ugly it gets. It was an ugly war. Oh. But we never declared war. It was like a police kind of, we're coming in to help out. It wasn't really like a declared war like in World War II, you know. So, but he said even the South Vietnamese didn't want them there. You know, that's what he said this morning. Even the South Vietnamese, the good ones, you know, they didn't want the soldiers there anymore. Like, get out of here. And he said, like, the part of the reason why America stayed in Vietnam so long was because they were trying out new weapons. They were trying out new weapons, and they needed a place to try out new weapons. A weapons trial ground. And it was about the oil as well. Here we go again. Here we go again. It's about the oil. Yep. That's why I'm paying attention to gas prices. It's about the oil. It is. It's about the oil. If you're always like, that war, us being in that country makes no sense. Those wars are about the oil. Those wars are about the oil. Not like, we're coming to save the day, you know, for against evil. It's not about that. It's about the oil. And I got that straight from the Vietnam survivor. Soldier. It's like it was about the oil in the aftermath. You know, as always. I always poked fun. I'm like, I used to poke fun about the Vietnam War. I'm like, what part of America did Vietnam attack? What part of America did they attack? Oh yeah, no part of America did they attack. You know, they didn't attack us. No, you know what I mean. So that's why the Vietnamese were like, get out of here. We didn't attack you, get out of here. You know. Think you're some kind of hero, get out of here. That's the South Vietnamese are doing. Like, we don't want you here either, get out of here. The good Vietnamese that we were helping didn't want us there either. They're like, get out of here. So, you've been here too long, get out of here. You know. Probably what Iraq was saying at one point. Get out of here. Get out of here, you know. But anyways, that's all I'll say for this video. It's like, I'll poke fun of other soldiers that fight in pointless wars. Like the Iraq war was pointless. I've made fun of them. I've made fun of those that fought in the Iraq war. Saddam Hussein, he kicked his butt. Which of the two towers did Saddam Hussein take down again? Neither of them? Okay. Why were we in Iraq? Saddam Hussein didn't order the taking down of the Twin Towers. Why were we over in Iraq? To take down Saddam Hussein kicking butt. You know what I'm saying? Wasn't that weird? Even though I don't even think Osama bin Laden was behind the Twin Tower attacks. No, that was an inside job for sure. Sorry if you didn't know that. Yep, we attacked our own country. Unfortunately. Yep, that was an inside job for sure. Yep, so. I've talked to many military guys. I've talked to many military guys about 9/11. Yep, if they're honest. If they're honest, and some have been, military guys that have been trained in the military have told me 9/11 was an inside job. Enough said. Enough said. Debate over. What I suspected was correct. What I suspected was correct. It was an inside job. Yeah. The government attacked its own country. Yeah. Another reason why I'm burning the American flag. We attacked our own country on 9/11. Yeah. Praise Canada. Praise Canada. You know, keep our doors unlocked in Canada. Wave them. I have a Canadian beanie. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to represent my country in a second here. I'll show you. See that? Represent my country of Canada. Oh yeah. God bless Canada, as always. But yeah. Enough about that. Enough about that. But anyways, I won't make fun of the soldiers that fought in Vietnam. Some of them didn't have a choice; they got drafted. You know what I'm saying? So that's what another reason I won't make fun of them. Some of them were forced to go over there, drafted. You know what I'm saying? They didn't have a choice. So if you didn't know that, that's what drafting means. It means you don't have a choice. You have to go. You don't have a choice. How screwed up is that? A twisted war like Vietnam. You don't have a choice. You have to go. Another reason why, like I said, another reason why I won't make fun of someone that went to Vietnam. They didn't have a choice. They saw these horrific things. They had no choice. How corrupt is that? How corrupt is that? For greedy politicians, for oil companies, kids, 19-year-olds, 18-year-olds sent over there for a horrific war, for oil, you know what I'm saying, and other things. I'm like, man, so that's where I stand. Yeah, they're all right. Vietnam soldiers are all right. I won't make fun of Vietnam, the soldiers of Vietnam, again. Yeah, they're off the table. They're off the table, you know. I will not burn the American flag in front of them. I won't. You know what I'm saying? In front of them, I won't. You know what I'm saying? So it's legit. So all right, but anyways, that's all I'll say for this video.